Want to expand the reach of your content? Start a podcast. Feature industry experts on your show and leverage the influence and reach of your guests to grow your brand. Learn more at sweetfishmedia.com.
You're listening to B2B Growth, a daily podcast for B2B leaders. We've interviewed names you've probably heard before, like Gary Vaynerchuk and Simon Sinek, but you've probably never heard from the majority of our guests. That's because the bulk of our interviews aren't with professional speakers and authors. Most of our guests are in the trenches leading sales and marketing teams. They're implementing strategy. They're experimenting with tactics. They're building the fastest growing B2B companies in the world. My name is James Carberry. I'm the founder of Sweetfish Media, a podcast agency for B2B brands, and I'm also one of the co-hosts of this show. When we're not interviewing sales and marketing leaders, you'll hear stories from behind the scenes of our own business. We'll share the ups and downs of our journey as we attempt to take over the world. Just kidding. Well, maybe. Let's get into the show.
Welcome back to the B2B Growth Show. I'm your host for today's episode, Sean Blackburn with Sweetfish Media. I'm joined today by Alyssa Jacobson. She is the marketing director over at Cross Install. Alyssa, how are you doing today?
Great, Sean. Thank you so much for having me. I'm excited to be here.
Absolutely. We're glad to have you. I'm excited about our topic today. We're going to be talking about how to develop and leverage your brand advocates. But before we jump into that, please tell our listeners who you are, a little bit of background on yourself, and what it is you guys do over at Cross Install.
Yeah, certainly. So I said I was born from the cradle doing marketing. I had a number of internships in college, and from there on really loved it. And so I said, this is something I definitely want to do and continue throughout my life. So actually, Cross Install was my first foray into ad tech. We're a mobile interactive ad company. We have two different lines of business. We have our DSP, demand side platform, and then we also have our CAS, like SaaS, Creatives as a Service program. Cool. So basically, we make interactive, playable ads, and we're trying to make ads more fun, if that's possible.
Right. Awesome. So as far as this overall topic, brand advocates, what makes you passionate about, finding those and doing that for your company at Cross Install?
Yeah, I think the time here, we've had the opportunity to build a number of really great relationships. So we have both gaming and brand clients. And then we actually served over time the top 90% of mobile games. And so we've had time to build just so many relationships with different brands and different companies and know the people behind those companies. And so that's been really interesting to me, coming from different industries where I did the same, to see how that works in ad tech, the similarities and differences, and build those relationships myself with some really great, engaging folks.
Love it. And a lot of times it's a hot topic, certainly, to talk about customer reviews and, using your customer success stories. But how would you say, we talk a lot about it, but how do you actually start a brand advocate program? And what's a good jumping off point?
Yeah, that's a great question. I mean, so first and foremost, what I've found throughout my time is that it's necessary to have a great product, because that's really the standalone that someone could love you or hate you. If it's not a great product, you're not going to be able to build those relationships, because there's going to be kind of an adversarial relationship there, as opposed to someone that's working collaboratively and really having a positive experience. And part of that is building that story. So it's not just one touch point, it's all the touch points. It's you interacting with your clients, how they interact with your product. And pretty much every opportunity you have, you should be creating an experience for them, because those are the people that are really willing to talk about not only your product, but your company and share their stories. And that's what creates a compelling story.
Love that. Do you have any good examples of, brand advocacy programs that you've seen and things that you think work well?
Yeah. So one of those that we're really developing here at Cross Install is our Ad of the Month program. You can see it on our website. And basically, it's just a mini showcase of clients that have great ads that we've worked with. And we've started it, I believe, last October. And we did a Halloween themed Ad of the Month. So nothing great to kick it off like a themed one.
Right.
So basically, it's just a way to get our clients kind of active, talking with us, excited, and not having to ask for a whole case study, because those can be, as anyone knows, really laborious to work on. They can take months to do. And
Absolutely.
This is quick and fun. A little 30-second pop. You can see the ad. You see what's great about it, to get people excited, wanting to work with us. And one thing we've added to that is that now we're sending out actual plaques. So that's another thing, is how you incentivize your clients. Because each individual has a personal brand, and also their brand per the company. And so how do you incentivize those people and help them build both their personal brand and also the brand of their own companies as well? That's definitely top of mind for anyone.
I love that. Yeah. So have you seen an interest peak once you guys started sending the plaques out, that physical award?
There's definitely a lot more excitement. So, I mean, if you can do something fun, even cookies, some people will be more excited about that.
Indeed.
It's really tailored per the person.
Okay, cool. I like that personalization touch that you guys are doing with that. That's cool.
Hey guys, chances are you're running SEO, PPC, social, email, and other digital channels. So why aren't we spending the same time and attention on our highest converting channel, referrals? We all say we value word of mouth because we know it brings our best leads that end up being our best customers. But most of us aren't using referrals as an active marketing channel. Enter the definitive guide to referral marketing from our friends over at Ambassador. To get your free copy, head over to getambassador.com/growth. You'll learn best practices, tips, and strategies to generate positive and organic word of mouth by building your own scalable referral program. Learn from the world's leading referral company, Ambassador, trusted by leading marketers at HubSpot, Zillow, and Gong.io to build and scale their word of mouth programs. Again, go get your free copy of the definitive guide to referral marketing at getambassador.com/growth. And if you want to talk to their experts there, just drop them a note. All right, let's get back into the show.
How do you then take those brand advocates and, the whole point is for them to share whatever it is your company is doing. So we obviously are a B2B show, so it could be anything really, but how do you get them talking on social media, word of mouth, to agree to case studies, those sorts of things?
Yeah, I think part of that is definitely varying the content. So it's not just asking your brand advocate to do one thing. It's not just, oh, can you do a case study? And then only talking to them when you want to do that. It's, oh, can you do a case study? Could you help us out with a blog post, some word of mouth mention, some social media? And so really it's creating the relationship and not just checking in like once a year, like, hey, can you do this for us? But checking in and even not asking them to do anything, like on a monthly basis, just saying, hey, how's it going? And making sure that's a two-sided relationship where they continue to be happy with your work and each experience and really engaging them. I think that's the key word is engagement. It's not just one touch point. It's sequential, like a number of them.
Absolutely. So that overall engagement leverages them to obviously engage more with you directly, but then you've seen that also give more engagement externally for them as well, talking about you.
Yeah, absolutely. And I always say, I love to vary our content. I am always looking for new, innovative ways. I mean, as our ads, we've expanded to Google Instant Playables. We're working with Facebook. We're working with so many different companies, and personalization is important for us. And so I'm always looking for ways to expand our content, because the key for me is how can we not be boring, especially with something like ads. We need to be engaging for both our customers, for their users, fans, and how do we create that loyal base? And how do we do something interesting, innovative, unique that they'll want to be a part of?
I love that. So the other point that you have here is internal brand advocates. That wasn't one that I had been too familiar with. What do you mean, just first of all, by that term, and then how do you accomplish getting those too?
Yeah, absolutely. So internal brand advocacy is the people in your company, right? So you can have people that are kind of blah about your brand, or you could have people that are fully engaged, that are your brand advocates, and not just your salespeople. I mean, that's obviously part of their job is to get others excited. But how do you get your engineering team, your data science team, even, I mean, your HR team should be excited too. But
right, yeah.
all the
traditionally non-excited people.
Yeah. How do you get everyone wanting to share on social media? And I mean, with their networks, right? It's like you can share something on your company page, but that's only going to reach like X amount of people, as opposed to the huge web. I call it like a spider web that can trickle out to get a different groups of people, I guess. Because engineering folks are going to have different relationships than your HR team or your marketing team. And so how do you get everyone engaged and everyone excited?
Interesting. So any specific tips on that of how you've done that in the past?
Yeah. So one thing I do is I send out a weekly social digest, and mind you, I'm in marketing, so I try to make everything fun. And so sometimes I'll use a clickbaity subject line, but not just saying, hey, can you share this? But making sure it's easy, right? Giving everyone the links, giving them some suggested sharing lines, snazzing it up, making it into a competition. If you can, like incentivizing them with gift cards. I mean, you don't have to, but eventually people should become so excited that they don't need that. And they'll just know that just it's important for the marketing team, and it's important for everyone, and it's important for the company brand.
Very cool. So a brand advocacy program is obviously something that anybody should have. Any other specific tips that you would have for how someone can launch if they really don't have anything on paper? Where would you suggest them start in the planning process of getting something actually done on this side of things?
Yeah, I think I have 2 tips there. And the first is identify clients that you already have good relationships with. And that makes it easy, right? If you just think off the top of your head, who do I have a good relationship with? Who would do just a little something? It doesn't have to be entire case study, but who would maybe want to be included in a blog post or in a social media mention? And think about those people. And then the second thing is have an idea of what story you would like to tell about them. So people with compelling stories garner more attention. And so it's what's unique about their story in relationship to you.
Well, Alyssa, this has been a great conversation. I love your perspective and your tips on how to leverage your brand advocates. If anybody's listening and they want to talk with you more about this, what would be the best way for them to find you?
Yeah, they can reach out to me, Alyssa@crossinstall.com. Our company is spelled CROSSINSTALL.
Perfect. Alyssa, thanks again for being on the show.
Thank you so much, Sean, for having me. This was very fun.
Absolutely.
Digital marketing agencies have a tough job. You have to stay on top of the latest marketing strategies for your clients and your agency. What if there was a way you could address both at the same time? Imagine your agency putting out content with greater quality and quantity. Envision bringing your clients a turnkey solution for one of B2B marketing's fastest growing media strategies, podcasting. You know all those clients asking for your help with their account-based marketing efforts? Picture being the first to bring them the idea of content-based networking, showing them the proven strategy for breaking into their most coveted accounts. Here's the concept. Sweetfish Media is looking to work with a limited number of innovative agencies interested in a new partnership model. We produce a podcast for your agency. You introduce the power of podcasting and Sweetfish services to your clients. Everybody wins. Learn more at sweetfishpartners.com.